Hello, my soul friends. It is Victoria here to offer you what I call a sacred harvest with gratitude. This is the week that we traditionally celebrate Thanksgiving, but for me, I have for many years now been trying to reclaim that as something else. It feels Thanksgiving and the way we've done it traditionally has been in the shadow of our history. And now that more light has been illuminated on what is Thanksgiving anyway and why do we celebrate it, perhaps many of you too are reconsidering how you celebrate it. For me, I've reclaimed it as, or repurposed it as a collective day of putting life on pause and giving thanks and being in gratitude. And I think that, it's my hope anyway, and this is where I try to live from, in that we can also recognize that we need to honor the lands of the original people that we are on, and also learn more about the history. And then make your choices from there. I'm not going to preach to you today. It's just that for me, it's been very challenging to hold this day that used to be one of my favorite holidays. I haven't known how to hold it. So for me, I don't call it Thanksgiving. I call it ThanksLiving. It is a day we collectively pause, and the focus is on gratitude. It can be anyway, if you choose that. Of course, it's food too. The focus is on food. And it's also the day we set our scales back 10 pounds. Okay. So let me say this. I just want to, for me, every day is a gift, and every day we need to be practicing gratitude. Gratitude is the great dissolver, resolver, resetter. It helps us be with what is, with a focus on hope and possibilities and transmuting the difficulties. So what if maybe an invitation here for you and all of us to claim it as a day to pause, to put down all of our gripes and judgments and all the things we're out there fighting about, and focus on where we want to go. Gratitude. I love the quote by Meister Eckhart that, he said, if the only prayer you ever say is thank you, that is enough. So this awareness that gratitude is really a prayer. And, I studied at Agape years ago to become a spiritual practitioner, and didn't complete that. I'm now training to be a spiritual director, still on the spiritual journey. I'm unfolding my purpose. But for me, the affirmative prayer is what I learned there, to give thanks in advance for what it is you want to create. So gratitude is really leaning into the challenges and saying, I know there's something good here, right? It's like, I was writing about this earlier, and I wrote something like, when life pushes you to your knees and you're just covered, or you're in a lot of dirt, and you're, plant some new seeds of possibilities. But better yet, when you fall to your knees, you're pushed to your knees by the challenges and the pain and all that you're going through or growing through. First thing, maybe not the first thought, but we have conscious awareness towards this. We could get there. Give thanks. Give thanks for the challenges. Give thanks that you got knocked down once again, because where you are getting knocked down, start digging. It's rich soil to harvest some of the sacred gifts that are growing through your challenges and your pain and your disappointment. So you harvest those treasures. What have you been growing through the challenges? Give thanks. What seeds do you want to plant for your future vision that could grow through this time? Give thanks. So use gratitude as a way, as I call it, as a soul medicine. It's the medicine from our souls. It's one of those spiritual tools, like acceptance and surrender, giving thanks and shifting to a focus of gratitude helps us dissolve the edges of our frustration and pain. But if you can't get out of that place and you're really just kind of there, be where you are, give gratitude for where you are. So if you're really triggered right now by what's going on in the world, give thanks. I know this is going to feel strange or like a stretch, but give thanks for what is growing out of this time or what is being revealed within you that needs to be healed. Give thanks for the possibilities that can grow out of this time or out of your personal circumstances. Personally, as Meister Eckhart says, give thanks. Giving thanks is a prayer in itself. But if we give thanks for what we're visioning for, what we're hoping for the solution to the problems we're facing individually and collectively, we give thanks there. It's kind of like putting our foot in the door of the future with a great grand possibility. So give thanks for peace. Give thanks for your healing if you're dealing with anything physical. What else did I want to talk about? This, that you can just give thanks for general qualities. I give thanks for the quality of peace. I give thanks for love. I give thanks for family. Now, since I know I'm in this world with you that everyone is dealing with something or and there's a lot of division. So we're coming together with families who may have very, very different opinions. I wrote a blog about this years ago. I think I'll post it, the link to it. I call it From Blissed to Pissed. And this is where people that we love, our families who know our old stories and know who we used to be, and we may not be current with each other, and we may have very different views on politics and the current events going on, right? This is very common right now. We are in a huge transformational cycle where everything is like being put on the table to look at, to review it, to decide how do we want to do this? This is the old way or the new way, and everyone's fighting over the old way and the new way. And everyone's fighting over what they're seeing, and that, I'm not saying everyone, but this is when I put my finger on the pulse of this collective, chaos, I feel a few things, and I'm kind of digressing. I'm going to quickly go off of this tangent because this is a ThanksLiving video and a gratitude video. It's a harvest video, sacred harvest. But when I put my finger on the pulse of what's going on right now and the problem of what's going on right now and the image of what's going on right now is everyone in their corner in a boxing match, and they're not willing. We're not willing, and I'm trying to be more willing. I try to watch every video that someone sends me about their point of view, and I pray and I hope that they watch mine too. Or we are looking at different sources for our information because we're so divided, right? So the giving thanks for a shift of perspective, giving thanks. So I know that we're all, maybe thinking about being with our families, and maybe we're friends, and maybe there are some different opinions. So give thanks about what they're teaching you and showing you, and maybe again where you're triggered, where you feel challenged. And when you lean into it, then you can kind of dissolve some of the triggered energy, and then focus on what you can without what's going on or what the judgments or the division or the different point of view. Focus in on what you could be grateful for that person in general, aside from the politics, aside from the different opinions. What do you value in that person? What do you have a story, a memory, a time when you had just a special moment with that person, that friend, that relative? Some of us are estranged from our family members at this time. And you know what? Honestly, I happen to be one of them. I have one sibling that we don't talk, and I never thought I'd be that person, but it's where we are, and that's okay. So when you're estranged from a family member, you can still sit in your bitterness of what caused the division, or you can send love from a distance, and you can find gratitude for that person, because anything short of choosing gratitude and giving thanks, you're bound up in your bitterness, babe. And we don't want that. So I don't want that. And I invite you to choose something different as well. I had a couple other things I wanted to say, but I wanted to keep this short. So really that idea of just giving thanks for the solution and giving thanks for, okay, whatever is going on is something that we can't with our human eyes and our human experience quite understand what's happening. Remember, we are all souls having a human experience. It is in our human experience that we get stuck. We get in those conflicts and the impasses, and there's no way we can figure this out together. But there is always a way. There's the way of the soul. There's the way that God is unfolding for us. And that requires trust. But here's the thing. I just wonder, and I would love for you to comment and get back to me, if you would practice with me on this day on Thursday, this ThanksLiving, which again, just a day of giving thanks, reshifting our focus, and playing a bigger game of gratitude. But every day is a day we need to be practicing gratitude to shift out of our, our victim story or our frustration or the sky is falling. And boy, we can tune into news and we got a whole lot of stuff that's going to fall on us, and it's heavy, right? It's heavy right now. Gratitude. Oh, this is good. Gratitude is it's very lightening. It lightens our spirit and lightens our body. So maybe when you choose gratitude instead of your bitterness or whatever's got you down or heavy on your being, put it all down so that you don't gain extra heaviness or extra weight. We're all probably going to be, eating a little bit more than we normally do. But what if you share the feast with gratitude? Maybe you'll feel lighter. Maybe you will not need to set that scale back 10 pounds because you'll feel 10 pounds lighter because you're leading with gratitude and with joy. Okay, that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I really love this. Again, I'm reclaiming this holiday. It's, November 7th is my birthday, and then it's Thanksgiving. Actually, Halloween when I was a kid. Halloween, my birthday, Thanksgiving, and then, slide into Christmas. Good times. So for me, gathering around a table with people I love, with incredible, yummy food, such a gift. And I do want to say a special message for those of you who are not with family or friends this year, for whatever reason. One wonderful reframe I like to share is to recognize that you will be with someone who's quite amazing, and that is you. So instead of saying I'm by myself, you could say I'm with myself. And then practice what I just shared for yourself. What are you grateful for about yourself? Where can you give thanks for your journey? Where can you give thanks and gratitude in advance for what it is that you still want to experience in your life? And if you're struggling, just give thanks for the healing. Give thanks for perhaps new perspective. If you're feeling lonely, give thanks in advance for cultivating friendship. First, that friendship with you, and then friendship with others. Okay, but my heart is with you. I've had a few of those holidays, with myself. I almost said alone. Whoops, I gotta take my own advice with myself. And those can be challenging. And, if you're grieving, if you are going through a transition with relationship or work or anywhere in your life, holidays can be even more difficult because everyone is not everyone, but many people are more in a celebratory mood, and you may not be. And you know what? That's okay too. Take care of yourself. What do you need? Give thanks that you have the power of choice. You can do whatever is best for you. Okay? Thanks for being with me, and happy ThanksLiving. I want to hear from you and how you view this holiday and how you have repurposed it for the day. How do you practice gratitude? And what are you grateful for? Comment below this video on YouTube. If you're watching from Instagram or Facebook, take a moment and go to YouTube and like and comment there, because the more subscribers I have, the more likes, the more comments I have there. I understand you help me get my message and my offering of nurturing soul potential further out in the world. Okay, take good care of you. Gratitude before you even arrive for Thanksgiving, if you're going somewhere, or practice it all day long so you are just in this beautiful inner climate of gratitude and joy, or whatever you choose for the day, and let it radiate out from your heart to everyone else. Okay, take good care until next time. Thanks for being with me. Happy Thanksgiving.